Hello, it's Catherine Maley, and I made this quick video for you to give you some new perspectives on things. So here it is. It's called 5 Quick Ways to Get More Cosmetic Patients. Because here's what I know to be true. You have got to start working smarter in today's world rather than harder. And I think we all know that because it's getting pretty complicated and it's getting super competitive. So here are a couple pearls. What I've learned in working with surgeons like yourself for 16 years is we have to look at the numbers because the answers are always in the numbers and the gaps are costing you. So I highly recommend you have your staff look at your numbers for this past year and see where your successes are coming from, and then put more of your time, money, and effort there rather than throw it all out in the world to see what sticks. Because I know the number one focus you probably have is on lead generation, right? You just want more leads, more leads. You want more phone calls. You want more people coming in. You want your reception area filled with new patients, right? But look what's happened. There are so many channels for the new patients. You're going to run out of time and money and interest trying to be everywhere everybody is. So when you go back and look at your numbers, you're going to see certain trends, as in a certain age group that likes you for a certain procedure. And then you figure out where are they and then put your money there. So it's more a matter of quality rather than quantity and trying to throw it all out there and see what sticks. Because here's what I've learned after consulting for so long. Oftentimes, you do not have a lead generation problem, but you do have a converting and retention problem. Now, you might think this is counterintuitive, but it has proven itself over and over. What happens when a lead doesn't convert and when you don't retain that patient? What happens? Well, nothing. You lose money. So please start thinking like that, because I'll bet that's also an issue in your own practice. So here's the second way to get more patients. Fix your phones. Just because the phone rings doesn't mean that's a no-brainer and it's a done deal. Your receptionist has got to be on his or her game. So you got to give them some scripting and some training on how to take a stranger caller patient to a yes, I'm willing to book an appointment with you. So here are a couple things for them to know. Give them 2 or 3 statements that they can say on the telephone to position you as the best choice over everyone else they're going to be calling, because you know these stranger patients are calling around. So why not be more professional than your competitors and actually arm your receptionist with certain things to say? For example, oh, sure, I can help you with that. And did you know Dr. Smith has performed more than 2,200 facelift procedures, especially if the patient called about a facelift? And then if you're board certified, make sure your receptionist explains what that means, because that will catapult you away from all the other non-core specialties. And she's got to ask for the appointment. No one's going to hand it to her. So for example, Sarah, you'll be in excellent hands. Dr. Smith is a board certified plastic surgeon who's performed more than 8,000 surgical procedures with great results. He even trains other physicians to perform that procedure you're interested in. So shall we go ahead and schedule some time for you to meet with Dr. Smith? Is there a particular day of the week that works better for you? Now here's number 3. To get more patients, you got to make sure the ones that called actually show up. Now, maybe in your practice, this isn't a big deal, but in most practices, it can be a super big deal, especially for certain patients that you're attracting to your practice, especially the internet patients, because they don't know you. They don't have a relationship with you. So here are a couple things to do to combat that no-show issue. You can send a welcome package ahead of time. If you're really professional, you put it in the mail. Or if you're in a hurry or you cheap out on it, you put it in a digital version. But the thing about the welcome package is it's your brag piece. It's why you're better than everybody else, because you've got to explain to a patient, why they're going to choose you, and you also want them pre-framed to say yes to you when they arrive. So your welcome package can include all sorts of things: your meet the doctor piece, your before and after photos, your menu of services, a heartfelt letter that you write, perhaps a few of your e-newsletters that go out. If you wrote a book, get that in there. The point is to position you before the patient even meets you. And also have your coordinator call that pending or prospective patient ahead of time. You want to have her bond with this patient so they're most likely to show up, but also because now they're excited to actually meet your coordinator and meet you because your coordinator has helped pre-frame you as the perfect practice for this patient. Now we're on number 4. A quick way to get more cosmetic patients is to actually convert the ones that show up in your office. This is taken way too lightly. You have got to have a skilled professional working with you to represent you as the best choice and then convert that consultation if appropriate. And people are not just born good at this. They need skill and they need practice just like anything else in life. But here are a couple of ideas. To help convert strangers to a yes, you want to give your coordinator some ammunition here. And the cosmetic patient needs logical reasons, emotional reasons, and personal reasons to say yes to you. Here's an example of a logical reason. Let's say somebody comes in and they're complaining about their neck and jowls. However, they've been elsewhere where they have been told by, let's say, non-surgeons that they can take care of that with Botox fillers and lasers. And you know darn well that that's not always the case. So this visual helps explain when it's time for surgery, rather than you have to explain it yourself and try to talk them into surgery, especially for a patient who's afraid of surgery. This graphic visual helps the patient get to that conclusion on their own. Now, emotionally, the cosmetic patient does not want to be the guinea pig, and they also need social proof and reassurance that things are going to be okay. And so, of course, you always want to use your before and after photos of actual patients, and especially if your own staff has done it, because now they'll see the staff face to face, talking about their own results, and the prospective patient can actually see the results in person. But if not, use your actual patients, get videos, do photo shoots, anything that helps this patient get a lot more comfortable because they're watching and seeing and reading about other patients who trusted you. Now, personally, it's always good to look at other patients, but it's way more compelling to see yourself in the photos, in the mirror, in the computer imaging. So use all of these tools that you have at your disposal to help the cosmetic patients see themselves and the problem they have, and then the result they could expect. That's really powerful. And then your coordinator has got to ask. They've got to ask for a decision. Cosmetic patients today it's too competitive for you to hope that they give you an answer, hope that they come back someday. You really have to have the confidence and the skill to ask for the decision. So here are a couple ideas that you can give to your coordinator. I call this the reassurance approach. Oftentimes, the patient just needs a little nudging from your coordinator to get over the fence to say yes. For example, Sarah, you'll be in excellent hands. Dr. Smith is one of the most respected surgeons in this area, and he even trains other physicians to perform this procedure. Should we go ahead and schedule it? I can get you in next Friday, or would you prefer to wait until next month? Do you see how I'm using my voice? I've reassured her that she's in excellent hands, you're fantastic, and we can schedule it now. She can get it done right away, or she could wait until next month. But I think she probably wants to get done right away because she's excited. Now, here's another one. Scarcity. We humans cannot stand that we can't have what we want. So we use scarcity in our industry to say something like this. Sally, just so you know, Dr. Smith is very popular and he's typically booked out 3 to 4 weeks. However, I see 2 surgery dates are still available this month. Are you interested? Now, that could have been just what the patient needed to jump off the fence and say, yes, I do want to grab one of those surgery dates. And then here's another idea. It's called the alternative approach. So rather than ask a yes/no question, you're asking a yes or yes question. For example, so Karen, did you want to go with our 0% interest financing program I prepared for you, or use your own credit card? And then your coordinator must zip it and let the patient answer. When they answer, it's a yes, and you keep moving forward. And now for the fifth quick way to get more cosmetic patients. This is the big one. All of those current patients need to return, refer, and give you a great review. That was, is, and always will be the way you grow a cosmetic practice organically. So rather than spend an absolute fortune on internet marketing, you spend a lot more of your time, money, and focus on the current patient who's going to bring you all of your new patients. Not all. I will say you still need to do internet marketing, just budget proportionately to both. Find some new patients, but find new patients through your current patients as well. So here's an easy way to do that. You can use a post-op note card or a post-op gift basket, and inside it would include a thank you letter from you, really saying how much you appreciate the patient's trust in you, and include their before and after photos. In my book that I wrote, I interviewed cosmetic patients, and overwhelmingly they wanted their before and after photos. Now, there's a certain demographic, like the new people who seem to want to put everything on Instagram, but some of your other patients don't want to do that, but they will show their photos to their closest friends or family or neighbors or sister. So please give them their photos and let them show them or not. But also give them new patient gift cards so they can spread your word around their community. And then to get a good patient online review, number one, you have to ask the patient yourself to give you a review. And it can be so simple. When the patient is standing in front of you and they're telling you and gushing about how great you are and how much they love their result, that's the perfect time for you to say, just very conversationally, Sally, I'm so glad you like your result. Would you do me a favor and give us an online review so other patients can also find their way to my practice? I'd really appreciate it. And then give them some instructions to make it easy for them to give you a patient review, because not everybody knows how to do that. So as you can see, leads are only one part of this. There are 5 parts. You get the lead, but then you need more phone conversions, you need less no-shows, you need more consultation conversions, and then you need more value per patient through them returning, referring, and reviewing. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. And I wanted to give you an announcement. I want you to save the date, because on Monday, December 5th, I'm going to have a huge blowout product inventory sale where all of our practice building tools are 50% off and free shipping. And that's our how-to library, which includes 12 modules of all the fundamentals you need in your practice. It's got staff scripting tools for the receptionist, staff closing tools for the coordinator. It's got 50 ways to attract more patients with graphic design plug and play files. And then, of course, my book. And this actually, we're going to phase out these hard copy and we're going digital. So if you've ever wanted this for your library, now is the time to get it, because once the fulfillment house tells me we're out, we're out. So please be there Monday to take advantage of this. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I will talk to you soon.